A series of challenges over the next 3 days. We're going to stimulate the imagination and the energy level of our participants here. They're already overstimulated, I think. Minister Faust here is going to be the judge on this particular challenge. And the challenge, boys and girls, is to write the perfect opening sentence. Now, presumably, some of you have actually written an opening sentence, but you may be stuck. This is your chance to actually get into it. If you have written it already, this is your chance to even hone it, polish it up. Minister, what do you look for in a perfect opening sentence?
Perfect opening sentence has got to give me the mood. It's got to have beautiful language. It's got to have some suspense. I got to want to keep reading.
Okay, the winner will win on this particular challenge paper indeed, as well as a collection of the 3-day novels. What's the penalty?
The penalty is that you're going to have to write on an ancient writing machine for 1 hour, and there's no letter S or E.
The winner will get the books. The
anti-winner.
The anti-winner will get the Underwood for 1 hour. On your marks, get set, go. Four, 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and 1. Pens down.
If he had thought about it, James would never have opened the bedroom window. Not when he really saw what was outside, waiting for him.
Spencer wasn't there when the hit the fan. You could smell it on the memo. Jenny fell in blue.
Elise wore her perfectionism in French manicures, shoes from Holtz, and a slightly open, soft-lipped smile.
All the skids at school are always all, ooh, Purple City, Purple City. They love that afterburn that sticks in your retina like an A-bomb.
It was not the best of times or the worst of times, but it was after the Ashworms turned into the summer of the Flyboy Death Squad and the death throes of Ralph Klein's conservatives in Alberta. Oh, thank you!
I felt nauseous. My problem had always been that I never could achieve that perfect balance between godly acceptance and that expected spiritual inspiration.
Jeff was the first one of my friends to die.
He was dead, so I didn't think he'd mind if I took a Snickers bar and had a bite.
She burrowed her finger under her tongue, swirling her saliva before jamming it into his ear.
Some people thought my mother was the spitting image of Ethel Merman. I thought she looked like the Queen, and my 7-year-old mind couldn't quite figure out why she wasn't.
Neither terror nor security matter much when you're duct taped to a stop sign at 4 in the morning.
Minister, was it a tough decision?
It was a tough decision. There was standouts, winners, great. The tougher part was deciding one of the 2 anti-winners.
Okay, let's start off with the anti-winners then.
Okay, so this was the tough call. I like the intellectualism, but the difficulty with my problem had always been that I could never achieve that perfect balance between godly acceptance and the expected evangelical inspiration, was that it was just too much to digest as an opening line.
And whose was that?
That was Laura's. So then...
Is she the ultimate anti-winner?
No,
or there is another one?
No. There is another one.
You escaped, you dodged that one.
The one who's going to take the penalty is one that just didn't give me enough. I didn't know the mood, and I didn't have any suspense. I got a nice cartoon on the page, and that was the line, Jenny fell in blue. I did not have enough to go on from there to make me want to keep reading. So
and the individual responsible for that?
That was Ron.
And a winner?
In the number 2 slot of the two winners, this dynamite duct tape to the stop sign. That is, it's funny. The language is engaging. It's interesting. It was just great. I loved it. But the ultimate winner. That's Tyler. I'm sorry.
Well done, Tyler.
Well done, Tyler. The ultimate winner because it just got a reaction. And when you laugh out loud, you know you're going to keep going, you know. And that is, she burrowed her finger under her tongue, swirled her saliva before jamming his ear. Everyone reacted. I reacted. We all reacted. I crossed my legs. And that's Felicia's line. So,
Now, had you been working on that opening line for a while?
I did start a story like that before, but I made it a little bit more vulgar, as Catherine said this time.
Had you been aware that the importance of the opening sentence is crucial to this whole thing?
Yeah, actually, we were studying opening sentences and creative writing this year, and we were going over some of the best of all time, like Charles Dickens was the best of times, was the worst of times.
Why, do you agree with the decision there by the judge, Ron?
I'm shocked and outraged.
My God, so how are you going to compensate?
I'm going to turn this into an advantage. I'm going to incorporate some of the typed text, I guess. Make some lemonade out of this lemon.
And you know what, aesthetically as well, it's kind of cool actually being on an old Underwood.
Well, when I saw it, I thought the way I could actually use it, not that I actually wanted to lose the challenge, that's humiliating and enraging to the nth degree. You don't even know.
All right. Have fun.
Thank you. Professionally, I'm someone who uses words in a courtroom context. I'm also a critic. Being a writer is really important to me psychologically. It's how I identify myself and what I'd really like to do.
I have degrees in journalism, political science, and music. Everything I do is about communication.
I've got a grade 9 diploma. Is it a diploma? I started grade 10. I never finished that. I had other stuff to do.
So I studied journalism. I started working for small town newspapers, and then I started writing magazine articles. I used to play drums in a punk rock band, but now I just play in a rock band with a bunch of dads.
Got into the punk rock scene in the early 80s. Became a songwriter for a band called Sacred Heart of Elvis, and then I turned to poetry.
After I just had enough of trying to play music, a friend of mine suggested that I try writing. The response was good enough for me to decide that this was something that I really wanted to do.
I cannot imagine doing anything else for all that time.
Up next, Ron attempts to recover while the procrastination begins.
I'm in exile till 11:45. I went for a little run, trying to dissipate away any anxiety I may be feeling. It's turned into energy. It's good stuff. Will the penalty help you? I guess it makes me want to try harder. But I don't necessarily want to win the little competitions. I want to win the big one. At the same time, I suppose you do in practice what you do in the main game, right? So you have to focus on these things and try to win them a little bit at a time. It's a lot to think about. It's pretty wild. I'm out of exile. See you later.
Is the creativity kind of locking in? You're getting a handle on your work?
Yeah, I'm feeling it internally. It's just a matter of sitting down and writing because the novelty of 11 fascinating strangers hasn't worn off. So I've been feeling pretty social.
Darren has long time experience working on deadline as a writer, which should have put him way out ahead of the pack. Instead, Darren is spending long bouts of time flirting, not writing, confiding to me that he is terrified. Darren should be leading this competition.
Dave, ready?
Scrotus. We better define Scrotus. It's one of these strange games.
It's a Plains Cree Indian game involving a bag of pebbles and a stick.
So I think it originally did have a lacrosse type of game associated, and they would do it over long distance, just passing it down the line to each other. Wow, it's a nice morning.
Personally, I'm finding it extremely difficult to avoid procrastination in every possible juncture.